don't know why. And
Which
moreover,
one?
I think haven't given much time for practice since I was too busy in my office this time. So I really don't know how I'm going to perform in my exam. I have no idea.
Are you talking about the speaking?
No, I'm talking about the other sections. Like
Yeah.
earlier, when I gave exam, I was quite confident about my reading and my writing. Right now, it is all like the boat is sinking. I really don't know what is happening with me. Day by day, my scores are just going backwards. I really don't know what is happening.
I know, I can understand. I would feel the same, you know. Uh, the yeah, I'm struggling with reading. That's
Yeah.
I only start reading for now. I haven't tried this listening and writing yet, and I'm still
Mm.
stuck on reading because, and I study each question. I don't wanna take a test like a sample test with those
Yeah.
different types of questions. I start with one and then another one, and then when I feel that I'm already comfortable with this type of question, let's say I started with labeling a diagram, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm still struggling, but I'm getting better. So now I moved to the other one. What's the other okay, true false not
Uh,
given,
yes, yes.
and they're also
Actually,
difficult.
yeah, right. But in my case, since I started this time really late, so I haven't had much time to practice. And what I did, I was practicing entire test. So now I have like very less days left, and I'm not going beyond 6 in my reading. Whatever I try, I really don't know why. All my questions in true or false given were earlier always right. Now I'm not getting right answers. I really don't know why I'm struggling.
I don't know, but I'm confident that you could ace your reading, because I remember when we had our time, you could finish
Oh,
early and you had lots of correct answers and more correct answers than me.
no,
So
I think it's once in a blue moon. Sometimes it's not happening.
I know,
Today,
right? Different tests, different scores. It's just
right, right.
unpredictable, you know.
Yeah, and also in exam we cannot predict what kind of test will come. Sometimes it will be like moderate one, or sometimes it is bit difficult. Then you can't see like in the real exam what are you going to do. So it actually depends upon that day and the kind of paper we get in our exam.
I
It really
know.
matters.
I know. We just have to give our best, you know. That's all we can
That's
do.
what we
It's
can do.
out of our control. We just hope that
Yeah,
we'll get the easy questions.
yeah. I'm just praying God.
But with speaking, I'm sure you can really ace it. I don't think you will get a score below 7. I don't think so. You can
Oh,
even
thank
like
God.
move up to
Thank.
that. I've been reviewing the way you spoke in the recordings. Oh boy, it's constant amazement how you could use those words. But of course, there were some slips, like I said
Yeah.
about your pronunciation. But I
Uh
don't
huh.
think that's a big deal. I don't. If you are
Yeah.
aiming for 9, yeah, of course it's a big deal. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. My aim is 6 only in speaking, to be very honest. But
yeah,
then
you
my
see.
husband says that you should, think beyond your
Mm-hmm.
expectation.
In
So
case
that's
like
why I'm thinking 7.
yeah. I know. So even with 7, it's peanuts for you. All right. So what I
I
want to
know.
suggest. Okay, let me
Mm-hmm.
just. I'm gonna write down. Let me see. So I just wanna hear you say this one,
Mm-hmm.
but wait until I finish. I wanna write it so that. Oh, my hand won't. Okay, so let me see. Okay. Okay, do you see that those words that I wrote there?
1 minute. Yeah. Ceremony and pandemic, right?
Just a moment. Let me just type something.
Ma'am, I think I'll join from my laptop will be a better idea.
Huh?
I think I'll join from my laptop.
Oh, so you're joining from your cell phone?
Yeah.
Okay, just go to don't log out here. Just go to your laptop, go to your messenger and click that link that you sent to me.
Yeah. Just
And-
trying.
And then after you already click that, then you can turn this off. You can log out from this one. Okay. But you will get a feedback, so you have to log out the other one.
Oh, I can hear echo.
I know, it's a feedback because you have two.
Oh, right.
But you can turn off the volume if you like. You mute that and turn off the volume. And you will be okay. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you clearly, loud and clear. All right, so can you say that?
Now,
Yeah, I see.
now I can see whatever you share with me.
Okay, good. So, okay, read the two words first. The first one.
No, I think you have to ping me again.
Huh?
Oh, you have to ping me again. Oh my God, it's an echo.
I have to what?
Okay, one sec.
Okay, I'll send it to you. Oh no, what's going on? The meeting has been ended. Oh no. Oh no, Artie. The meeting has ended. What happened? Please and send me the link again. Oh, let me see. Okay, yay. Yes, I'm waiting. It takes a while, this one. Hello, YouTube. I know nobody's there. Okay, here we go. Computer audio. Already. Yes.
Okay, ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes. Loud and clear.
I can't hear you.
No? Oh. Why? Oh no. What happened?
Hello?
Oh, yes, I hear you. The host muted you. Unmute. Okay, let me see. Unmute Hello? You hear me?
Can't hear you.
No. Okay, I'll talk to you on Messenger. Messenger.
Hello?
Okay, Arti.
I can't hear you at all.
I don't know why, but maybe you turned off your volume.
Really?
The volume of your computer, because you remember when I said turn off the volume so that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we're good now?
Yes.
Okay, you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, finally.
All right, so you know what? Okay, what did I write there?
Okay, you told me to.
Yes, just say this and then this one. Okay, because
Okay.
I wanna. Okay, do that.
Okay, so first I'll say ceremony.
All right, so remember how you said it, right? Okay. So,
Ceremony.
okay.
Ceremony.
Ceremony.
You said.
Ceremony.
You heard the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not money, it is money.
Okay.
Ceremony.
It's
Okay.
not that. It's not that. The accent is ceremony. But yours, I think you put the accent on money. Like
Yeah.
ceremony, something like that.
Ceremony.
Yes, that's correct now because you put
Now
the
I understood.
ceremony.
Mhm.
Okay, the next
Right.
one.
Pandemic.
Okay, good. Say it again. Yeah. Say it again.
It is pandemic.
You have to repeat again and again. Okay, pandemic. Because you said before pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, my stress was more on pan instead of demic.
Yes.
Now I understood that the stress is more on demic.
Demic.
Pandemic.
Okay, yeah. So that you will really hear it from Google, I will let you hear it.
Pandemic.
Yes, ma'am.
Pandemic.
You heard that?
Yeah.
Pandemic.
Okay, pandemic. So pan is almost silent. It's
Yeah.
like you don't say it. Pandemic.
Pandemic. Okay.
Yeah. But in ceremony, you say the ceremony. Ceremony.
So
Ceremony.
it's ceremony.
Yeah, not ceremony.
Ceremony.
Yeah, ceremony.
Ceremony.
So it's not the same as pandemic because pandemic is in the middle. Pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the difference.
Understood.
Okay. I think those are minors, I don't hear any other, except for your W. I already told you this before, and with other also, from, what do you call, when we practiced, when we had our sessions, other from India, from your country, that I said that, like in the Philippines, our weakness is saying the F and the P and the V and the B. So yeah, we kind of switch it back and forth. Anyway, so that's the when you say whatever, say it whatever.
Whatever.
Okay, let me.
Whatever.
Yeah, you can say it. I think when you
Whatever.
are conscious of it, then you
Yeah.
can.
No. When I have this pressure of speaking for 2 minutes, I cannot control my tongue and my pronunciation goes in a different direction.
Yeah, so
Whatever.
Whatever.
Actually, the
Whatever.
W is like very silent. You don't even hear it. What you hear mostly, the first sound is yeah, the H.
Right.
Because you say
Whatever.
whatever. It's like
Whatever.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Whatever.
yeah.
Otherwise, like I have noticed that people say that whatever. So I don't know if it's correct or wrong. I really have no idea.
Yeah,
But,
when it's not correct, because I remember my daughter used to correct me when I say whatever, when I just sound the W, but I don't sound the H at all, because Filipinos, we don't sound the H when it comes to that. What, where, everywhere, whenever. But my daughter could. I thought that it was just a minor thing that nobody can notice, but now I know that if you are a native speaker, you can notice that, and it kind of, to them it's strange. It's like they don't really, they're not sure if what the word that they heard is the word that you really wanted to say, because
ma'am, I have this in my mind. I really want to ask you now, since my examiner will be an Indian. So of course, Indians have a style of talking. So how does they gauge the person in their pronunciation when they already are a Indian? So I really want to understand this. Now I understand, since you live in Canada and you are now one of the natives. So of course your pronunciation will be far different from me. But when it comes to the examiner, he or she will also be an Indian. So how she's going to judge me on my pronunciation level? I have this doubt in mind.
I don't really know. I thought like your examiners were native speakers. Because if they are, they can't understand. If you say pandemic, they cannot understand that. They feel like they heard something else. It's not the word pandemic. But I know what you meant. But if it's your examiner is Indian, they understand right away that you meant pandemic, right?
Yeah. So that's actually when I gave exam last time. She was a lady of around 50 or 55s. And she was an Indian. In fact, her accent was quite matching with me. So I was like, how she is going to judge me now? Like, she gave me 7.5 in spite of she being so rude. She haven't smiled in the entire test. I mean, she was like a principal of the school who has this stick in hand, and she's just roaming just roaming inside the school to control students, like that kind of teacher. So,
I don't know.
She gave me 7.5 was like a surprising for me. So I really don't know how much this pronunciation is going to impact my speaking, because I know all the time, like Christine or you always point out that these are the mistakes that I'm doing in pronunciation. But I really don't know at India level how it is going to impact me.
Okay, do you think that those who are checking your speaking are also Indians? Because it's recorded. It's recorded. And who knows, they might send it to someone who is a native to mark you.
Actually, I was reading a post on Facebook where it was written by one of the ex-IELTS examiner, and he mentioned that not all of the papers go for second review, or even in case of speaking also, unless the candidate is scoring more than 7.5 or 8, then it goes for second review. Otherwise, if you're scoring 7 or lesser than that, then they stick to the first examiner.
Because I'm wondering if the Indian teacher who is with, or examiner who is with you, is just there for, because maybe they have only 1 or 2 native speakers in the British Council branch in your country, right? So, but then all of those speaking recordings maybe would go to native speakers. That's their job. And all those reading and listening, because they are just, letters or words, then they could be checked by Indian examiners. But with speaking, I thought that they would send it to native speakers. That's just...
I have no idea. I was just going through this post on Facebook, but personally, I have no idea. I don't know how it is going to affect me, but I wish God that it should not affect me.
Yeah, so but then that's a positive thing, because then you don't have to worry that the examiner wouldn't understand what you said, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so I have some tips that would increase your level if you really want to increase, but like I said, you don't really have to worry. But just in case, I know this will, if your examiner is very strict and he just wanna give you like 7, and with this structure, you can maintain 7 or 7.5. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure,
so
sure. I'll
um,
just write it down better.
okay. I don't know if you were with me when I hosted also, and there was a participant whose name was Mavi, and I commented on her answer about conditional. So when she answered the cue card, and I thought like I'm gonna use that when but I have to practice it because I want it to come out naturally. Because if we are there and we have to think, oh, I'm gonna use that, then it's too late. Now we have to practice it. Describe. Let's say, for example, I in our recording, describe a singer. Describe your favorite singer. Okay, let's say describe your
Favorite singer.
favorite singer. So, and I remember you said there are many singers in India that I like. So you can say like if okay, there are many, as your introduction, okay? There are many singers
Yeah.
that I like.
Okay.
Or okay, singers in India. It doesn't matter how you word that. This structure that I'm gonna tell you is the most important thing. There are many. Okay, there are many singers in India that I really love. I don't know if you use love or whatsoever. But this one, the next one is, but if I had to describe one, it would be, and then you write the name. So I noticed also in your answer in that question, you didn't mention the name.
No, I said Neha.
Okay. I missed that. So because in one of the bullet points there was like who. Okay, so it would be, and then you said Neha. And then you continue. And then I remember you said 4-5 years since she gained her fame as a singer. Yeah, popularity. So instead of saying that, you could say it must have been 4 years or 5 years now since she started to get famous. Okay? So write that. It must have been. I got this from Mavi, that girl who came, who joined us too. The other, I think that was last week. It must have been, because this kind of sentences, they are like high level sentences. The first one, if I had to describe one, it would be Neha. That is a second conditional. And not too many English speakers, even natives, they don't understand how to use that. But it should be this.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a high level structure. If I had, that's conditional. If I had to describe one, it would be Neha. And then because
it must have been 4 to 5 years that she gained her popularity.
Yeah, okay. You have to give the reason why first. So there is a continuation when you say it would be Neha, and then you say, or maybe there is a last name too, and maybe you said it's because she looks, she's really good, and this and that. And then after that, it must have been 4 years now or 5 years now since she gained her popularity. She started as she started as a contestant, maybe in an Indian Idol.
Indian Idol.
Yeah. Oh, that word too. You have to be careful because when you say idol, it's a different meaning. Idol means like you're not doing anything.
Okay, so Indian Idol is
Idol.
incorrect.
Idol. It's
Idol. Idol. Okay.
No, you don't have to really like emphasize the doll, but just remember that there is there is word idol, and that's the Indian Idol.
Indian Idol.
And there is also a word idol.
IDLE.
Yes, that means
That's
like
idle. That's idle. Somebody sitting like doing
nothing.
And idle.
Yeah, like if your car is idle there, like parking with the engine like idle, not running.
Like my husband always sit idle and he does nothing.
So just remember that there is a slight difference when you say those two, idle and idle.
Right.
Idle.
Today itself, I told him that you were sitting idle for a very long time.
Okay. All right. So, and then it must have been 5 years now. You have to say now. You cannot say just, it must have been 5 years.
5 years.
Well, you can say too. You can say, but to make sure, it must have been 5 years now since she got popular.
Or can we say she has gained? It has been 4 to 5 years now that she has gained her popularity.
Oh, okay. That's good too. Okay. I thought like sometimes you say it must have been 5 years now since I saw him. So I was thinking, since I saw him, you use the past simple. So I don't know. I'll check on that if that's the correct continuation. If you want to say something like that, is it since she has gained popularity, or since she first gained her popularity?
Okay. Yeah.
So I will check on that, but I think it's the past simple. Okay, it must have been 5 years now since she first gained her popularity.
Okay.
Okay, so and then you can continue. She was in the Indian Idol and this and that. All right, and then so you can compose. We will do that now here before we finish. And also, I want to mention too, because I want to use this one. When, you know how the examiners would ask us about work, about our house, our accommodation. All right, sometimes the examiner would say, do you study or do you work? So we say, I work at the moment, and I'm working as a blah, blah, blah in this company. And then next month I will have been working. Let me just check my book. I will have been working in this company. Okay, so let's say you said about your work. I'm working as a blank. So just whatever your work is, and I work for this company for a long time now. If it's a long time, if it's not a long time, for let's say a few years now, and next month I will have been working in this company for 3 years. Okay. You say next month.
I have been working here for 3 years.
Okay, it's the context is I'm working as this and that, and I'm in this company, and then period, and then you continue next month. Okay, let me say, all right, we say, I've been working here for a few years now, or if it's a long, or if it's not few years, you can say for a long time now. Next month, next month, I will have been working here for 10 years.
Yeah.
I will have been working in this company for 10 years.
Can we use have been twice in the same context? Like you said, like suppose in my case, I will say I'm working here as a security administrator for quite some time now, and next month I will be working. I will have been working here for 3 years now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah.
For 3 years. Don't say now. Okay. So I will. Okay. Let's say next month. After you said for many years, next month I will have. Okay. I'll have
been working.
I will have.
Actually, that doesn't instantly come. I mean, we're struggling with that particular. Like, it naturally doesn't come. Like, if I want to try this answer, I'll be saying that I'm working as an IT security administrator in this organization from quite some time now. And next month, I'll be working here. See, I will be.
Yeah, that's why we need to practice. Practice it every day. Practice every day. But only in the practice. If when you are with the examiner, don't think about this one anymore because it's too late. If it doesn't come naturally, it doesn't come naturally. Don't use it. But if you feel like you feel comfortable in using it, then because you practiced already and it comes naturally, it's like a second nature to you, then why not? Go for it. So, okay.
Sure. And ma'am, I remember when I actually went for my exam last time, I was so confident that the things were automatically coming out of me.
Exactly.
I don't know how. I don't know this time what will happen, but I will try my best to at least use some of these.
Yeah, and you know what? When you told me like, oh, I need this, and I get nervous. I was thinking like, no, you don't need to get nervous. You're already good. But then, since I could sense that you were really feeling like, oh, can I do this or not? So that's why I said, okay, yeah, we'll do one-on-ones just to gain your confidence. But actually, you don't really need to improve anything. These tips that I give you, they are just high levels. If you aim for 8.5, 9, for example, and it would add, if you, for example, from today until Saturday, right? Next week is your
my exam speaking. On Thursday 25th.
That's your speaking?
No, speaking was Saturday, correct?
Yeah,
Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned that. So if you can practice it every day in front of your mirror, say it until it comes naturally. And when we practice, we will do it too. And we will do it now too. So we can start. Okay, so think of a question in part 1. That's one, about work. And then we just focus on that. And then the cue card. Okay? So one is work and then one is accommodation.
Sure.
In case when the examiner asks you about your accommodation, let's say for example, okay, what type of accommodation you live in, and then you describe a little bit and include right away how long you live there. Don't wait until the examiner because maybe you will wait until he asks you how long have you lived there, and what about if he doesn't? So then you don't get the chance to use that I will have been living here for almost 5 years, right? So so just say it right away when the examiner asks you about accommodation. All right, we'll practice that. So now tell me about the accommodation you live in. And it's the same as if this is not the exact question. Maybe there's what type of accommodation do you live in right now? If that's the question still, you can say, okay, this is an apartment, and then after two sentences, you can include that next month I will have been living here for 5 years.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so now we can, let me just, we can try to apply that now. Let me pull up my question. You can ask me. Okay, let me just. I hope you're. What do you call that? Your. I can't think of your Zoom. Is it unlimited or 40 minutes?
No, I think it's unlimited when there are two or not two, at least three people on the call.
Really?
Then, yeah.
Wow.
It is unlimited for three people, but if it is beyond that, then it doesn't allow me for more than 40 minutes.
Oh, so we are good. We are unlimited right
Yeah.
now. Okay. All right, let me see this one. Okay, so you asked me first, Arti, about work. Let me see if I can answer. Let me see. Let me.
Sure.
Okay. Just a moment. Let me just. Okay. I just assume that I work. I just pretend that I answer that I work, because then so that I can use. Or maybe I can say, oh, I don't work anymore or something. Yeah, because of the pandemic, right?
Yeah. Or I think I should say positively that you work. Then you will have more ideas to talk about.
Okay. So okay. I do work. Let me just. And I'm working for the federal government. I just say federal government. Okay. I've been working in the finance department for quite a while now. Next month, okay, so let me just finish this one. I need to write it so that I know what I'm gonna say. Next month I will have been working 5 years now. And then accommodation, let's say, what type of accommodation you live in? Okay, let me just okay. Tell me about the kind. Okay, tell me about the kind of accommodation you live in. Okay, now I'm gonna answer. I live in an apartment. Or I currently live in an apartment which is a high rise. Okay, in a high rise building. It must have been what? Must have been what? 3 years now since I moved here. 3 years now since I moved here. Okay, Arti. Now ask me about work.
Shall I ask you?
Yeah, specific.
Sure.
Just about work. Okay.
Okay. My question is, first one. Do you like to live in? Absolutely sorry. Do you live in a house or flat?
Oh, I currently live in an apartment in a high-rise building. And it must have been, 3 years now since I moved in here. But prior to that, I lived in a townhouse building.
Okay.
So now to the other one, the work, about work. So let me see if I can answer.
Okay.
Do you study or do you work? Something like that.
You're right. What? No. Oh, the question is different here.
Oh, just
Actually,
don't
you
follow
have-
that. You know how it always comes out, do you study or do you work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you study or do you work?
Well, right now I do work, and I'm working for the federal government. I've been working in the finance department for quite a while now. I think next month I will have been working in the said department for 5 years now. Well, it will have
Okay.
been in next
now,
month.
Now let's do it again. Just close your book.
No, I have to practice.
Let me try. Okay.
You're so hard. Don't be so hard.
just give it a try.
Okay. Let me see. Oh no. I have to practice it so that it would come naturally, you know.
Right.
Okay.
Do you want to try? It's okay to make mistake. No problem.
Okay. Let's try.
Yeah, just give it a try.
Okay.
Okay. So what kind of accommodation you are living now?
Right now, I currently live in an apartment in a high-rise building, and it must have been like 3 years now since I moved in here. But prior to that, I lived in a townhouse building.
No, it's still good. It's really good.
Okay.
You know what? You have to overcome your fears. Then only you can do it.
Okay, I have anxieties like, you never believe it. Extreme anxiety. I have that. So that's why when I do something, I want to do it slow. That's
Yeah,
why
right.
you see, like, I haven't booked my test yet because I'm studying, and just make it like fun so that I don't feel that anxiety in me.
Right, right. But ma'am, I think you are really well I mean, you did not use your book, but still you answered it really well.
Oh,
So
thank
don't think
you.
that you won't be able to do it definitely.
Okay, thank you. Okay, go back to the work thing because you didn't ask me
Okay.
that without my book. All right.
I'll not write, I'll just try. You can ask me.
Okay. Okay, so you now. Okay, it's your turn. All right. Yay.
Sure.
And now, okay. Do you study or do you work?
Well, I'm a working professional. I work with a IT organization as information security administrator. Next month, I will have been working here for next.
I told you, don't be so hard on yourself, you know? You can.
Okay, I'll try one more time.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh, another tip. When you are asked, do you study or do you work? You say, I do work. But you said
oh,
like I'm a working professional. It's still
okay.
correct, but it's good to be on the safe side, because it would
Yeah,
add your score when you know how to reflect the verb that the examiner is using.
sure.
But of
So I'll
course,
just,
just a moment.
yeah.
But of course, if the examiner would say, "Are you working or are you studying?" Then you say, "I'm a working professional" or something. Just,
Uh, then
just
when the examiner asks, are you, then we'll say am. And when the examiner asks do, then we'll answer do.
yes,
Now I
yes,
got
yes,
it.
yes. Okay. All right.
These are all smart tricks that has to be followed.
Yeah. But like I said, I don't worry about you when yeah, you can still get 7 even if you say I am if with the do and all right, or switch back and forth. Okay. All right. So back to the question: do you study
Sure.
or do you work?
I do work as an IT professional, and next month I will have been working here for 5 years. This is an IT firm, and it is absolutely famous in my area.
Okay, Artie, you jumped to the I will have been. You didn't even say like I'm working in this company for quite a while. You have to say that as a context before you say
I know.
next
I
month
have
I
this
will have
pressure
been.
of using will have been.
You were so excited. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Okay, so okay, try again. All right,
Okay.
so I will switch to are you, okay? So that you have like the varieties of how you reflect the
Sure.
verb. So,
Sure.
are you working or are you studying?
Well, I'm a. Okay.
Don't
Okay.
worry.
Cool
Don't
down. Cool
worry.
down.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a working professional. I work in an IT firm. It is one of its famous, and I think next month I will have been working here for 5 years now. I don't have to say now.
No, not that. You didn't say like I've been working here for a while now.
Oh no!
Or
What is happening with me?
yeah. Or if it's not for a while, if you did you say what how many years did you say? It's
Five
just
years.
5 years. Okay, for a while. So if it's not 5 years, maybe 2 years, you say for a few years or for a couple of years. All right. So say it
Yeah.
again. So first, yes, I do work, or yes, I'm working, and I'm working in this company called. You have to mention the company, and then you say I've been actually working here for quite a while now, and next month I will have been working here for say 5 years.
Okay.
Okay, so
Let me try.
first you have
Yeah.
to say I've been working in this company for a while now, or for many years, or for a few years, or something like that. Okay,
Okay.
so okay, let's do it again. uh,
Okay.
do you
I do work. I work in an IT organization. I've been working here for quite some time now. And next month, I will have been working here for 5 years.
Yes, 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 yes. You aced it. Yeah, yeah. Okay, good, good, good. Now let's go to the accommodation, because in case you won't get one of the two questions, because sometimes you won't get the about the accommodation, right? But I
Yeah,
know
right.
that's the basic question that you will be asked. So we have to prepare also both about I will have been, because who knows, you won't get the other one. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
now it's about accommodation. Let me
Okay.
see. Tell me about the kind of accommodation you live in.
I'm working in a high rise.
Artie. Oh, you're
Oh
so
my
cute.
god. Oh shit.
But you know
Oh
what?
god.
You sound very cute. I'm working in a high-rise building.
Oh
Oh,
my god.
I love this practice. I love this.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
okay, okay. Back to the question. Tell me about the kind of accommodation you live in.
Well, I'm living in a high-rise building, and I've been living here for quite some time now. Next month, I will have been completing 3 years.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's
Should I
good.
change? Should I change a bit, or it's okay?
You can listen to the, it's good that you will be the one to judge how you spoke, because we already went through the how you structure it. So it's
Right,
it's
right.
it's you have more retention if you will be the one to listen to how you spoke. And also when you said for quite, I could hear you said for quite a some time. You put you don't need the there. You just have,
Quite some time now.
yeah, quite some time.
Okay.
I heard that
Okay.
also when you said
Yes,
about
yes.
your
I
work.
think I did mistake of
Yeah,
using
yeah.
in between.
So
So
that's
not
minor
quite.
problem, but it's good if you correct that, then you will have your score like
Or if I
9.
want to change my answer and I say that I live in a high-rise building on the fifth floor, and I've been living here for a while. Next month, I'll be completing 3 years over here.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, yeah. Champion, champion, champion. Okay, good. So I think we're good with that, and we just have to practice. Just focus on those questions, and then now we will go to the cue card. All right?
Sure.
So it would apply whatever cue card we are getting. So we will try maybe 2 or 3 cue cards, and we will just focus on the introduction thing, and then we can
Yeah.
practice on our own when we are ourselves. Like I can practice on my own. Let's just focus on the introduction, that about describe thing. All right.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so okay, I have this one that you shared on our group, Facebook group. Describe an art exhibition that you visited. Okay, I think this one, eh? This is good. this is this
This is tough, but we can try.
this is difficult, but yeah, who knows, if we get this, then we are prepared. Okay,
Yeah.
describe an art exhibition.
How do we pronunciate this exhibition?
Exhibit. Okay.
Exhibit.
Yeah.
Exhibition.
Me, when I teach someone, I have to, even if I know, I want the person to hear it from, some like Google, so that there's no doubt at all. Because it's easy for you to say, to think that, oh, she's not a native speaker. I'm not sure if she's right. She's correct, right? So,
No, I trust you.
no, I don't trust myself, Artie. So, yeah, okay. So let's see. What was that exhibition? I pronounce it as exhibition.
Exhibition. Art exhibition.
Yeah,
Okay.
exhibition. Okay, so let me see how the Google says it.
Exhibition.
You heard that?
No.
Exhibition.
Exhibition. Yeah.
Exhibition. Okay.
Exhibition.
Exhibition. Exhibition. Okay.
Exhibition.
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 Exhibition. Exhibition.
Exhibition. Yeah.
Okay.
Art exhibition.
How did you pronounce it before? Can you?
I was saying exhibition.
What's the difference? I don't.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I was just saying art exhibition.
Yeah, that's correct. Exhibition.
That's correct, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I had a doubt in my mind.
Well, it's always good to, to confirm. All right. So now, art exhibition that you visited. Now the bullet points. What was it? Wow. What was it? Ah, what was it?
Was it? What was it? Or what was it about? I don't know.
Oh, I just made this up. So you shared that those describe, and you didn't.
Ma'am, I can send you a book also. I mean, from there itself, we can get all the bullet points also.
Yeah, and why you didn't share that? Oh, that's not allowed, eh?
The book is not feasible to send on Messenger. I can probably email you.
You know what you can do? You can just screenshot it, not screenshot it. Like take a photo for the whole page, and then the next page, and then send it to me.
Okay, I'll try that. Yeah.
But if you also want to send the book, but it's to me.
Book is feasible. I think I'll just email you today.
Okay, no problemo. Okay, so then you can change the bullet points, because I just made this up, because you told me that just make up those bullet points, right? So what was it?
I think that book is already open. I will just go to that cue card.
Okay, better.
It was around 25 or 26 number, because I just had this conversation. So, hectic thing is just to search that cue card, because the book doesn't allow you to search. You have to do manually.
What do you mean?
I mean, it doesn't allow you to do Control F and search. I've tried, but I'm not sure.
Just read it and I'll write it down. Oh, you mean like to flip the pages?
Yeah, that is.
I
found out. It is cue card number 6.
Okay.
And bullet points are: when you saw this exhibition, where the exhibition was held.
Just slow down. I can't keep up.
When you saw this.
When you saw
this. Where the exhibition was.
Where
the
exhibition
was held.
What
was on display.
What was on display.
Explain your impression.
Explain
your impression of the exhibition.
Explain your
impression
of the exhibition.
Okay. So.
All right. So now we have to. Okay. Let's say you say. Okay. Describe an art exhibition that you visited. So we can say, today I'm going to describe an art that I have visited. There were many, but if I have, okay, let's go right away to
Bullet point 1.
first we have to say there were many. Okay,
No.
today I'm gonna today I'm gonna talk about an art exhibition. There were many. Okay, I visited many art exhibitions in the past, but if I had to describe one of them, it would be, yeah, okay, so let's say, okay, today I'm going, you use the describe when you mention that specific one, okay? But first, the introduction. Today I'm going to talk about, okay, today I'm gonna,
or can we directly start like, I had visited a lot of exhibition before, or I had visited a lot of exhibition in the past, but today I'm going to talk about an exhibition which I had visited in 2015 with my son and my husband.
okay, let me just write down and then I will read it to you. I'm gonna talk about an art exhibition. I've visited a number of okay. Did you ask about what's the name of the exhibition? What is it in the bullet points? No? Okay. Okay.
Bullet points are like, when you saw this, where the exhibition was held, what was on display, explain your impression of the exhibition.
Okay.
Actually, ma'am, I'm thinking the introduction is going to take more space than the actual answer if we and use this much of, like, if in my book it is covering half of my page already.
Okay, don't worry, don't worry.
How much should be our introduction?
Okay, so don't worry, I'll show you. So in my introduction, I said, today I'm gonna talk about an art exhibition. But because you memorize this, you talk fast, right? It's good if you talk fast here, because this one is already scripted, and you talk in front of the mirror every day or many times a day about this introduction.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Because
Right.
it can apply to anything. So you just change the exhibition if you get a different question. Okay? Today I'm going to talk about an art exhibition. I visited a number of art exhibitions in the past, but if I had to describe one, it would be the one I've gone to recently. And then you would say, like, I think it must have been 7 months now since I went to that exhibition. You don't have to always say art exhibition. When you repeat exhibition, you can just say exhibition, because it's understood this is the art exhibition you're talking about, so that you avoid repeating the same words over and over again, right? Okay, so that's the introduction. Today I'm going to talk about an art exhibition. I visited a number of art exhibitions in the past, but if I had to describe one, it would be the one I've gone to recently. So
when you saw this, will be done then.
Okay, so it must have been like, I went to that place a few months ago. It must have been, let's say, maybe 7 months since I went there, and the display were this and blah blah blah, and my impression was just, I was so amazed. It was fascinating because it told about a history of the pyramid or whatever. You just, I'm gonna I'm gonna write down some statements that I could say with regard to this topic. But right now so, and then we can just master that one, and then we can compose our different sentences that we can talk about art exhibition. All right, so I'll continue about when was it. So I went to this, okay, let me say a few months ago, or a few years ago, we can say a few years, depending. So because of the pandemic, we didn't go anywhere. So maybe we can say a few years ago. It must have been. So you have to make it natural. So I noticed also, Arti, this is one suggestion that I want to make for you, that when you talk, it's like monotonous. Your tone is monotonous. You have to have your modulation. So let's say a few years ago, it must have been 3 years now or 5 years now since I went to that exhibition, something like that, right? So your tone of voice varies depending on what you are talking about. So it must have been, because you are kind of trying to remember. So it should change your modulation. It's, for example, when you say, I saw a big, so you can say also modulation is like a big boat. So you, but if you say, I noticed that when you speak, you just kind of like, for example, I don't know if you said this, but for example, you say, I saw a big boat and blah, 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 blah. And it's the same tone. That's what I noticed to you. You can also check your, how you speak, but I know I need to work on that too. Modulation is it would also like level up your score, I believe. Because,
Christine also said this to me, that I have to work on my intonations, where to take the pauses, where to just hide that. So, I understood.
Okay. So now, a few years ago, it must have been 3 years now. 3 years now since I saw that exhibition. and then we can continue. All right. So now, do you have yours there now? We have to have the same. So that you can practice. You can apply this to any question. And we will practice another question, not just this one, another cue card, okay?
Yeah.
All right. So now ask me this cue card.
Okay.
I won't go to those other bullet points. I'll just focus on this first, and then we can use another cue card, and then using the same structure.
Sure. So you will be able to cover first two bullet points, right? Where you saw this and where the exhibition was held, or you will just talk about the introduction.
The introduction and when, or because I want to use the must have been, and if I had to, it would be. I just want to use that. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
For now.
I will start then.
Yes.
Describe an art exhibition that you have attended in past.
Okay. Today I'm going to talk about an art exhibition, and I've visited a number of them in the past, but if I had to describe one, it would be the one that I've gone to recently. Then I don't have to say a few years ago, so it should be month. A few months ago, I think it must have been 7 months now since I saw that exhibition.
Okay. Actually, before pandemic, you can say.
Okay, so yeah, so it must have been. So I don't know if I can say recently.
No, you can't, because recently nobody is going anywhere, and there is for sure no exhibition.
Oh, okay. So I can word it like, okay, that I've gone to recently. Prior to the outbreak of the pandemic, I think it must have been a year now since I saw that exhibition.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, I think this is right.
Okay, I've gone to recently. Oh, okay. I should say it would be the one I've gone to prior to the outbreak of the pandemic. Yeah? I've gone to prior, or I can just say before the outbreak of the pandemic, because prior is kind of difficult. Before the outbreak of the pandemic. So it must have been 3 years now since I saw that exhibition, but I still remember clearly those fascinating things. Okay, yes. So
Nice.
we'll work on that, Arti, and then I'll ask you the same question. All right. So and then we switch to another cue card, and we still use this kind of structure. Okay. So ready? Describe an art exhibition that you visited.
Sure. Well, in the past, I had visited number of art exhibitions, but if I had to describe one, it was in 2015 when I visited an art exhibition in a very posh area of Pune. It is called Koregaon Park. It was arranged in a 3-star hotel. It must have been like 3 years now that I have seen. I had visited this place, but I clearly remember all that happened over there.
Okay, very good. So Arti, that's why I suggested this introduction, because it's a high level type of sentence, the conditional sentence. So the conditional sentence, when you say if I had to, there is a partner to that, because if is the condition, and then you continue with the result. So when you say if I had to describe one, it would be. They are partners. You can't have a conditional sentence without this one. So you didn't say that. It would be the one and then you mention the specific exhibition that you went to. Okay?
Okay, so how should I say that then?
Okay,
But-
if I
but
had to
had
describe one, it would be this one. Or you don't have to say this one, but it would be the one that I went to this place and blah, blah, blah. It must have been 3 years now since I saw her. It must have been 1 year now, or it must have been a year now. Okay, so you want to try it again?
Yeah.
Put the it would be the one that I went to this blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Okay? So,
Yeah.
again,
Okay,
this,
I'll do it again. Well, in the past, I had visited a number of art exhibitions. But if I have to describe one year, it would be in 2018 that I went to visit.
No, it would be the one that I saw in this place. So it would be, don't mention the, okay, you can say it would be the one that I saw 2 years ago. Oh, you wanted to mention the year right away. So it would be the one. So there is the specific. Okay.
The one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
say it again.
So well in the past, I had visited a number of art exhibitions, but I had to, if I had to describe one, it would be the one in 2018 that I went to visit with my family in a very posh area in Pune, and it was arranged in a 3-star hotel. It must have been more than 3 years now, but I clearly remember what happened over there.
Yes, okay. It would be the one blah blah blah. Okay, that's good. That's good now. All right, so let's apply this in another question and a different cue
Sure.
card. Okay, so do you have a cue card there?
Yeah, I should give you one cue card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can just say it to me and then I'll write down the
Okay, let's take this difficult one. Describe a time.
A time.
Yeah. When you needed to use your imagination.
Oh, that's my cup of tea.
Oh, it is cup of tea now.
Yeah, that's my cup of tea. Okay, just a moment. Just a moment. I'll show you. Okay, let me just. Okay, wait for a minute. Cup of tea. That's my cup of tea.
Time when you have to use your imagination.
Okay, let me see.
When it was.
Okay.
Can I tell you the bullet points or you just want to try introduction?
Okay, so just a moment. Let me just. Okay. Okay, describe a time
When you needed to use your imagination.
when I needed to use your imagination. And then, well, after that, bullet point.
Bullet points are when it was,
Okay.
when you needed to use your imagination, how difficult or easy it was.
When it was, how difficult or easy?
It was, and explain how you felt about it.
Okay, how difficult or easy it was. And explain how I felt about it.
Yes, how you felt about it.
Explain how you felt about it. All right. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about a time when I had when I needed to use my imagination. There were lots of times that I had to do that, but if I had to describe one, it would be when the time I had my first IELTS speaking exam. And it must have been now like 2 years since that time. Uh, One day, it was a Friday afternoon when I had my first IELTS speaking exam, when the examiner asked me to describe a piece of art that I've seen recently. And since I'm not a big fan of any art, I had to imagine one and try to describe something that never exists. I still remember vividly that as soon as I saw the cue card, my anxiety started to kick in. I felt a butterfly in my stomach, my knees wobbled, I thought I was gonna pass out. Thank goodness I didn't. While talking with lots of hesitations and pausing, I could see in my peripheral vision outside the window it was a beautiful sunny day, blah, 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 blah. Okay.
Wow.
You see, I told you that's my cup of tea. Do you think I did well?
It was amazing. Amazing.
But I have to, continue. I have to time that I can maximize the 2 minutes. All
But
right.
it was amazing. I loved it.
Okay. Okay, so your turn.
Yes, I would like to try.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, you just ask yourself with the same question and you answer.
But I'll take a different idea here.
Yeah, you can write down. No rush. Don't be hard on yourself. It's better to go slow, and then after that you can have your structure, and then when you practice, you know what you're gonna say. Because sometimes when we don't really structure what we're gonna say, it's like we go like a headless chicken, like no direction. Hmm.
Um,
Okay, guys, we're quiet, so I need to drink water. Okay. Yes. While waiting for Artie to finish.
okay.
Go for it, Artie.
Yes. Okay. So, well, in the past, I had couple of events when I had used my imagination. Today, if I had to choose one of them, then it is when I participated in a drawing competition.
It would
must
be.
have
You should use it would be. Remember that, Artie. Otherwise, your conditional sentence is not correct. You have to,
okay.
if I had to describe a time, then it would be.
I was saying like today, if I had to choose one out of them, then it would be. Am
Yeah.
I right?
Okay. Yeah. It would be.
Then
Then
it
what?
would be the one in which completely sorry.
That's correct. That's
Today,
correct. Yeah.
today, if I had to choose one out of them, then it would be when I participated in a drawing competition.
Okay. So, but today is not your first sentence in your introduction, right? Is that your first?
It is not first.
Okay.
First is, well, in the past, I had couple of events when I had used my imagination.
Okay. Good. Good. Good.
And then I am saying that today, if I had to choose one of them, then it would be when I participated in a drawing competition.
Yay! Excellent. Yeah. Okay. Go, Arti. Go.
It must have been 5 years, but I vividly remember everything. And
So
how
when
I
you say it must have been 5 years, you have to. It must have been 5 years since that time. You have to. Since that
since
time.
that time,
Mm-hmm. But
but
I.
I vividly remember everything and how I aced the competition.
Yay! Okay, Arti, you repeat that in front of the mirror. So that it will come. It will come naturally, and you will have 9. I think you will get band 9. Okay, I think yeah, we'll stop here, Arti. I think we've been like here for like almost 2 hours now. No,
Yeah.
close to.
We started around 10:05 my time. It is 11:35. That means 1.5 hours.
Okay. All right. So yeah, and it's late here now, so I think we can
Yeah, I think
continue
you should sleep. Okay.
tomorrow. Maybe we can continue, right?
Sure.
If you have time. Me, I don't have a problem. If it's only one-on-one, then I'm okay with that. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, finding out 1 hour is not a big deal. I can do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So then we will try the other cue cards and everything. Yay.
Sure.
Okay.
I think we'll work on part 3 also, so that we have a structure to talk in that part as well.
Okay. Sure. Okay. We'll do that. But
Yeah,
I
really
like.
loved it.
I
I
like-
really loved it.
I know. I like to focus on one thing first, like one step at a time, so that I
Sure.
can really be so confident that I can do it, and then I can do the other one, the next one. That's how I do, because, like I said, I have anxiety. I get overwhelmed easily.
Right.
Okay.
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 Good one.
Thank you, Arti.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank
Oh,
you
and
very much.
I'm recording this, so you can. I'll share it with you too.
Okay, great.
Okay. All right. Okay. Bye bye.
Bye. Good night.
Thank you. Have a good day. All right.